Hello and welcome back to Gingerman. I've put away the tent and I'm back on the road. I find myself today in Abernethy. Yes, Abernethy, what a name. It's not quite in Fife, it's on the boundary of Fife, right next to Newborough. But we find ourselves on the side of Perth and Kinross. The weather has turned Scottish on us. It's grey and it's cold. I've got a jacket on, no shorts, but that doesn't bother me because I'm ginger and excited. So, Abernethy, show me what you got! Peace.
I'll turn on the camera, test my microphone, I'm firing up the podcast, sound waves coming to your home. Gingerman with is here to make your day. Gingerman with would like to hear you say today.
And there she is. We're in Abernethy. As I come into Abernethy, I mean, my first thought is that the best name for a place in Scotland? Abernethy. It's just a beautiful word to say. I'm going to really get stuck into this place today and find out about it, because I know nothing about it. Actually, the only... well, these cars passed. The only time I became aware of Abernethy's existence was when I went to Newborough last year, probably around about a wee bit earlier than this time last year. I went to Newborough, so aye, it was on my agenda for about a year, and today's the day. Let's get into it. So far, it's a road with houses, but I know Abernethy's got something up its sleeve today. I can feel it. I can feel some magic of Abernethy. Free horse manure. See, if I had room in my bag, I'd be taking some horse manure home with me. I've come out really early this morning. It's about 6:30 right now. So this road's full of all the morning traffic, updays away to work. We have a sign that says Round Tower, Museum of Abernethy. Bingo! Right, we're onto something. This looks like where all the action happens. I see a big fancy looking community garden already. Hello, this looks absolutely beautiful here and idyllic. And all of a sudden, we've got, to the right of us, we've got the rough Glen path to Castle Law. A mile, probably check that out. And look at this for a wee community garden. Nurse Pite's garden. Look at the sign. Even the sign's a touch of class. This is absolute peace round here. It's got a sundial, it's got a bike flower pot, it's got a bench, 2 benches, and a bin. 3 benches, 4 benches. I've got a wee sign here. This garden was dedicated to the memory of Nurse Elizabeth Pite on 16th of April 1966. It was rededicated in its present form on the 21st of May 2000. Pride in Abernethy. I love this. I love it. And my mum's a nurse, so that's even closer to home. We all appreciate nurses, and it's nice to see this. I've not seen anything quite like this anywhere. This is a great start. This makes me happy. These are the sort of things that give me faith in humanity, because it's good to remember the ordinary. A nurse, someone who, you know, does a job every day, isn't a celebrity or anything like that, you know what I mean? Isn't a particular sort of family or anything. It's just a nurse who worked looking after and caring for people and is remembered in such a beautiful way. I respect it and I love that, because let's be honest, we live in an age of superficiality, if that's even a word, where it's I guess the ordinary isn't as interesting. I guess it doesn't make money, and if you're not making incredible amounts of money, you don't have as much value, it feels, in today's society. So to see that right in the middle of it, the Nurse Pite Memorial Garden, that makes me happy. Right, okay, so we're going to take the Rough Glen path to Castle Law along here. We've only just briefly skirted into Abernethy, but if you know the Gingerman, you know when I'm out and about I like to just find woodland walks like this, especially in a beautiful morning like today. You know, I use the word beautiful loosely here because it is grey, but it's nice and cool, so for me it's a bonus. It's great to be out. Oh aye. And again, this is what Scotland brings. You don't have to travel far, just find a random place on a map, go to it and walk in any direction and you will find a woodland walk that you have never been through before, or just anything. You'll find loads of stuff. Don't be afraid, just go and do it. All of a sudden, I'm in what looks like a jungle paradise. I use the word paradise loosely also. It's turned off of green though. I love it. This is where you feel, I don't know, you just feel the air's better, you're relaxed, you're away from all the technology. Technology's great, of course, I love it. I put stuff on the internet, but, you know, it doesn't create the same feeling inside that actually connecting with nature does. How'd that get there? It's a massive rock just standing there. Tell you what, getting goosebumps round here, by the way. Goosebumps. This is really nice. It's like, what happens, I feel, is when you walk through this, you get the endorphins running through your body naturally. I think it comes from the plants, the trees, the fresh air, the running water, all of it. Feels like night time in here. I can hear like a waterfall, or at least, I mean, when I say waterfall, it's oh, it's a tree swing. Holy moly. Now, out of breath, I had a wee play on it, but you're just kind of hanging off your arms and you have to really hold your legs up. It's more of a workout tree swing. Really works that core. There she is though. I'll let her go this time. I'm not sitting on that. Not a chance. And there's a big giant wall here. There's a wee hole in it. Like someone's built a fire in it or something. Got a wee path over. Load of running water. It's got kind of Dunino Den feels to it, not quite. But no doubt there's some Pictish history here for sure. We'll find out. Right, we're back out in the light now. I've got a feeling that wee peak up there is Castle Law, right? See that wee bit where I'm tickling? Tickle, tickle, tickle. It's early, I've not had breakfast, so I wouldn't be hopeful that I'm going to be climbing up Castle Law, but you never know. Sometimes I just like to just keep going. We'll see what we can see up here. Maybe this will be a good place to flip the drone up. Just a random fence up here. What is that? What is this fence? I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna be able to see more from the vantage point up here, but it turns out I'm gonna have to keep walking to see more of the views. I've now opened 2,300 gates on my travels. You see the deer? It's a big deer. There goes the deer. Always nice to see a deer. What's not nice to see is a big intimidating staircase. Oh man. But hey, I'm happy. I've got a tree swing, tick. Morning deer, tick. Ha! Deer, tick. See what I've done there? Look, we're looking over Abernethy. I can see churches, towers. I can't see much over there. I did see a bit of the Tay. Oh, there's the Tay behind the wind turbine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the drone up and then get into the village. This whole woodland place around here, and the hike up the hill is an episode in itself. Righto, so I've just had the drone up and first impression is Abernethy's bigger than I thought. Loads going on there, so I need to go on my phone and we'll learn about what Abernethy is or who Abernethy is, what's going on in Abernethy, because we had a wee idea with the nurse garden, which was amazing. So I feel like the community is going to be on top of this place. It's going to be flower pots, the streets are going to be clean and nice. It just looks like a good place. So I'm excited to get back into it. Oh, hi there. Whilst I've got your attention, I just want to thank my patron legends whose names are coming down the screen like that, or maybe up the way. It doesn't matter, it's irrelevant, their names are there. And if you want to be a patron legend and have your name in the episode too, with extra content, follow the link below. Thank you. Righto, we're back in the land of Abernethy. Now, I've seen loads of things from the drone, so I'm away to explore them now. This is Main Street. This is where all the main things really should be. Right, museum's up this way. Open 70 yards Wednesday to Sunday. Oh look, that must be the museum up there. Look at this. Random door in a wall protecting a huge tree. Is that the mystical tree? This is quite peculiar. I want to get to this mystical tree through the doorway. Can I just try the door handle? Look at the Museum of Abernethy. Who knew? Look at this cute little street. All of a sudden, we're into some history here. Away you go. Museum of Abernethy. It's actually closed because it's super early in the morning. It doesn't open till 1. But there it is, the Museum of Abernethy. Also, look at this place, James Roy Court. Ancient Abernethy. Yes, this is what we needed. Abernethy's story starts with a Bronze Age boat found nearby telling us of prehistoric inhabitants and later the Iron Age folk who built Castle Law Hill Fort, which was partially excavated in 2017. So that's just where I've walked up to. That's why there was a load of stuff going on there. Explore Abernethy, now a conservation village, and you'll discover a typical lowland Scots town where people work close to where they live. The streets converge on the square with its war memorial in the form of a traditional market cross. What? Why was it built? Abernethy's spectacular round tower is one of only 2 in Scotland and is like ones in Ireland. Experts disagree on their purpose. Were they lookout points, bell towers, storehouses for church valuables, or places of safety? Told you, history. It's all just made up. They're all just arguing amongst themselves. Okay, so this is what I would call an absolute hidden gem here. Look at this. There's the tower, one of only 2 in Scotland. This is phenomenal. What a little hidden treasure this is. It's got that mystical feel around here, that mystical, magical feel as you walk around it, you know. Stuff's gone down here, that's all I'm saying. And it doesn't matter what the tower was used for, because nobody can agree, but what we can agree on is the tower's cool. Aye. There we go, more interesting information. This tower and the similar tower at Brechin in Angus are the only two round towers of the Irish Celtic type in Scotland. Here, the Romanesque windows of the belfry suggest that the tower was built in the later 11th century. Long before this, Abernethy was important as a principal seat of the Pictish kingdom and the seat of a Celtic bishopric. Malcolm Canmore and William the Conqueror met at Abernethy in 1072, possibly here. Here. Malcolm Canmore, William the Conqueror met right here. Well, what did I say? Abernethy. Historical, absolutely historical. It's got a little bit of something throughout the ages. And then as we've moved into the 21st century, it's just sort of slipped into the background quietly. And now it's a conservation village. It's beautiful. What is this? Welcome to Clootie McToot. Mad Stoves and Clootie McToot dumpling shop. It's probably the best name of a shop I've heard. Dumplings. It's not something I'd eat like, but hey, Clootie McToots sound good. Okay. This place is absolutely phenomenal. Look at the tower from here. It's got a clock on it as well, just to add more value to its brilliance. So this was the head of the Pictish kingdom. I don't know personally what that means. I feel like I'm going to have to go home after this and learn some stuff about the Picts, because I feel like they've had such a huge part of the history that I'm walking around taking in, and I keep saying it. Ah, this is Pictish, but what does it actually mean? So I really need to learn more. Abernethy licensed store. A breakfast of champions in Abernethy. Can't beat it. I just need something to tide me over till I get home. Here's a phone box. It's a red phone box. It's not a defib, nor does it have a working phone in it. They've just kept the shell. This will be something one day. I probably think the Abernethy and Bloom folk need to get their hands on this, turn it into a big giant flower pot. Look at this. Pink houses, green houses, blue houses, brick houses. Oh, I love walking around here. You hear that? You hear that? It's going to do that 8 times because it's 8 AM. It's got to be the last one. I wasn't even counting, I just had a feeling it had to be the last bell. I love this place. It's got everything you want. You're close to the water, the woodland walks, the history, the architecture. Found a wee sign. This is a good one. So I can see I've done like the Castle Law Trail, but there's loads, absolutely loads of trails here. So many trails that I don't have enough batteries or SD cards to do. You're never far from surging River Tay when you explore the stories and secrets of this intriguing, ever-changing landscape. Discover soaring cliffs, fertile farmland, a Roman camp and tales of witches. Visit Pictish forts, Victorian follies, clay-built houses in a historic city. Pause in picturesque villages, well that's what I've just done. Follow ancient royal routes, drift past reed beds and wander in welcoming woodlands. That's some very creative writing there. I bet they got an A in their higher English, whoever wrote that. I'm back walking along the main street of Abernethy. There's a very, very mystical feel around here. Pandora's box. Retiring, Pandora's box. Abernethy is a bit like Pandora's box. I've just opened it. Is it just me? Or is there a toilet seat in the wall? I've just had a flashback. I've been here before. I've been here because I've been to the potato factory right in here. I came to this potato factory once for a tour. And I love potatoes. So I was doing a work placement thing Love it there. So I was doing a work placement thing at school and we went to the Pite factory. That was a good few years ago now. So that's why I couldn't remember that I'd been here before. I just drove though. It was like straight to the factory and straight back home, so I couldn't really remember it. But now I remember it. Memory unlocked. Oh, I think I've come to the end of Abernethy. I have. If you go up that way, it takes you to Newborough and then on to Cooper, both in Fife. Right, I'm going to go back down this way, swing by the round tower, and we'll wrap this Abernethy day up. I've loved it. How do I get out of Nethy Place and back into the main street? That's what I'm asking right now. Oh, I think I found a wee hidden path through the shrub. Lots of windy wee streets here, I like it. That's how they used to build things, everyone lived really close together. There's a lot of houses here. It's very, you know, as I said at the start, I thought it was a lot smaller than it was, and it turns out it's a lot bigger than it is, with lots of history throughout the ages. But aye, I feel like it's got a lot of houses in it, so the population's going to surprise me. But we're not far from Dundee, we're not far from Perth, and actually we're not far from Edinburgh either, you know, half an hour away. So as locations go, it's a great location, especially because it has that sense of, you know, being out of the way, being peaceful and really nice. Oh, is this Masonic Lodge? This road in itself is pretty magical. Well, would you look at this? It is not a church. Because when was the last time you seen a church with a garage? And it's private property. What a building. I hate that sign, private property. Please keep out, especially when it's beautiful buildings like that. But I guess you understand, for things to be preserved, we need money. But private property is not the way for me. I'm back outside McClooty. So I was curious because you know, I like to find out the population of places. Here the population is 1,400, which, considering how many houses are here, is surprisingly low. But actually you'll find a lot of places are empty, the houses are for sale. So there you go. If you want to move here, there's definitely availability, because I've just checked. Mad history around here. Serious history. In 1955, the railway service that served Abernethy closed. So, you know, the railways are a huge part of helping connect parts of Scotland, because it is rural, a lot of places are difficult to access. So the railway really connected places, and I feel like maybe after 1955 Abernethy was maybe cut off by not having that railway line. But you know what, it's been preserved, and maybe being cut off is a good thing, because it's been able to preserve it so wonderfully. Look at this wee bit. Oh, a new wee heritage garden. Oh, nice. 4 benches. Very social and communal too. Get a wee table in the middle. Maybe get a wee chessboard bit in here. Outdoor chess. We need more outdoor chess. Obviously you bring your own pieces, because folk would just steal them. Fish represent the tay. Bloop, 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 bloop. The water's running really low right now. That's because we've had a month of no rain. I think you can tell a lot about a place, how people care and look after it. And you know, the heritage gardens and memorial gardens, this is right across the road from the the other one, almost like an extension to it. Amazing. And I'm back where I started. What a day. You know, it's not the largest place, it's not the most famous place, but I tell you what, Abernethy is loaded with history. You know, in my 25 to 30 minute episode, I don't think I've got enough time to cover it. You know, I've not walked down here all the way down. There's the train track that still zooms past towards, I'm going to say Dundee. There's the Tay River, it's quite a trek down there. You've got forest, you've got hills, Pictish history, Roman history. This place is an absolute gem. And you can see it's quiet, you know, there's quite a lot of houses, but not all of them are full. There's one shop, there's one restaurant that I think, correct me if I'm wrong by the way if you're from here, but I don't know. There's something about this place that is entirely brilliant and utterly magical. And I will be coming back here without the camera, just to soak up more Abernethy, I think. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for having me. Peace.
Today